Hello everybody, welcome back to Motorsport Manager. Time for the third race of the year. We're heading off to Tondela. And of course, Tondela and Munich, we're really looking forward to getting our new gearboxes out on the track. We have now all three of the ones we plan on building for the time being are ready. So those in the nose are going to be key, and of course the stock engine that we have. We're going to move on now to suspensions, because of course that's our weakest part. It's the only one that really isn't competitive. You can see overall we're actually way now behind Toad and Rebellion. There's a big pack at the bottom here. We want to be more up in that top group because we were up around this area at the start of the year. So definitely want to make that happen. But of course we're going to move on to the suspension and get as much of a boost there as we possibly can. Not going to be working on those, though, for the next race. We're doing our currently repairs, and we're going to stick with the prep session for this race because there's going to be a lot of stuff going on. We did get some new crew in, though, and I don't remember for sure which ones we picked. I think we picked up this particular person. Great refueling and also pretty good on the tires. We've got a backup for Laviol on the rear jack here, Caldwell. And I'm carrying some extra people because we keep losing. We lost one of our top tire refuel people. We keep losing people pretty regularly, and it continues to annoy me that we're not told why. But I sort of want to stick with that for the time being. So let's get those repairs done. And take a look at what we have. We're going to want to yank all this stuff out and focus in on that gearbox pretty much exclusively for the time being. It's going to take most of the time anyway to get this up. We might do a little bit more. Like we got the nose and the engine. Nose is at 80%. The engine up here at 89%. And so we want to basically equalize the three of those, although the engine's not as important. So really equalize the gearbox and nose reliability for this next race is going to be my goal there. And then to boost the gearbox. We could boost the nose as well, but we're going to be designing more of those later. So I'd rather put the whatever limited performance gain we're going to get, I'd rather put that in the gearbox for the time being. And of course, work continues on our HQ. And these suspensions are really quick. So there's our first one. You can see it maxes out at 686, about 50 points higher than our others. And we're going to continue to move that number up. Now, interesting thing here, because I went through and looked at this, and there's some sort of bug with this being boosted. This one was only acting like a 15-point boost, even though it's supposed to be 25. And I'm not sure why, but there's sort of a bug with that. And of course, I wouldn't know that from this vantage point. But what I'm probably going to end up doing is just grabbing these two and then going back with this for my third part. But in either case, we're going to be able to knock out these parts pretty quick and get going on the suspensions. 600K. And if we look at our sponsors, got 3 races for this one, and then a lot longer for the rest. So we pretty much have the sponsors we're going to have. But they love our current sponsors. And yeah, this just keeps going down. Other cars improving their stuff. But we haven't thrown those gearboxes out on the track yet. I'm going to be kind of curious to see where that ends up once we do that. That looked like unpleasant email there. Let's see what that's about. Struggling with his driving, Dirk Muller. Going to speak to a sports psychologist. For 2 weeks, his form is going to be 1 during the race. Yuck. Okay, so that's really going to hurt us in Tondela. That sucks. So he's just having a real down period. And then they're talking about the potential new race in Milan. Our engineer wants it. They think we could perform well at that race. So that'd be interesting. Let's see. Let's take a look at our votes. So we've got 2 extra votes, so we've got a total of 3. We don't have a lot, and then we're going to have bonus points for the fastest lap, spec rear wings, and road tires. And I probably want to vote against the spec rear wings and don't really care about the rest. I'm probably going to do a lot of abstaining in those upcoming votes. But that's really bad news on Muller. That's going to hurt us. The RNG giveth, and the RNG taketh away. So let's see what's going to happen in Milan. I will abstain. Huh. I was not expecting that. I thought this would go down hard. Okay. So the Milan race will be added. Of course, I do not plan to be around for that. Our car continues to slide. Wow. But we're going to keep boosting these, and we want to keep going that direction. New suspension is up. What do they say about Tondela? Front wings are going to be the key part for that. Okay. So we're going to want to, if we tilt anyway, we're actually going to want to tilt in favor of that nose over the gearbox. Let's get that third suspension out there. Whoops. Okay, so you can see here is 726. Only goes up to 741. And there it goes up to 736. So here we're basically, for 5 points, we are at 19.7 days and 900K. So 8 days and 300K to get ourselves 5 points. And I think for just the sheer, time of perhaps wanting to do more advanced parts later in the season, I'm just going to go the cheaper route. So that takes care of our suspensions once that's done. That's 2 out of the 4 parts. So we're definitely progressing well in that respect. We just got to get them ready to be out on the track, but that's another matter. Okay, let's pull this out for just a bit. And Gleisner Race Mechanics, super happy with our healthy balance sheet. We've got my hand on the tiller and prepared for any financial crisis which might come. So excellent news there that they're reasonably happy. There we go. We've pretty much equalized those gearboxes now. Still want to go up a little bit further, but well, actually the noses are slightly higher. Probably a good idea just to put them all out there now and work on them all at once. So I want to keep the noses higher. Let's definitely stick with that. Well, we have a birthday. And of course, we'll definitely throw a party for Van Hoor. We're on the top over Toyota. Rudolf Florstedt hopeful of extending that lead. Van Hoor odds on to follow up his win. Factory's buoyant. We're looking for another great weekend. And Jackie Chan expected to struggle, and they're already down in the standings. So all of that's good news to get some positive press. So let's see about getting those new gearboxes out there and where we're at. So on our top parts, we're at 87 and 90 on the suspension. Of course, we'll want them up to those eventually. 88 and 90 on the rear wings. Gearbox, 83 and 84. That's not great, but it should be good enough. So let's just slide up to those positions. And the nose, 87s. Okay, so we pretty much accomplished the goal. We'd have obviously liked to get those reliabilities higher. But everything that we're using, like the brakes are at 80 and everything else is higher. So by race 3, we have gotten to acceptable, not good, but acceptable reliability on everything. And now, yeah, so this popped us basically up almost to where we were at the beginning of the year, I believe. and it did put us up to second. So Toyota has this really big lead up here on us in terms of the car quality. But we're doing really well compared to everybody else. Our gearbox is second behind Toyota, so we've closed that gap considerably, which is really going to matter here. Our nose is also second behind Toyota, so we're behind them here, but for this race, but not too far. Our nose is down to third, and fourth on the suspension. We'll be getting that up soon. So I'm feeling good about that, but not spectacular. Use our new sponsor. See, 30 degrees. So I figure we're probably going to look at mediums here, especially with high tire wear. Probably going to be mediums. And then we're looking at fifth and fourth, which is very similar to what we've been before. It was fourth and sixth last time. We're set for Tondela, and yeah, it's going to be really key to see if we can knock Toyota further down in this race. Well, we really had a charmed existence for practice, 99% setups for both cars. Just barely got them finished by the end. We did get our maximum bonuses. And then qualifying as well, Ludwig with a strong lap right at the end in optimal conditions. As we were going back and forth with the Jackie Chan team there, Canal, Rosenqvist, etc., to get the pole position. And obviously the 2 points there are going to be key. From a team point of view, it's looking like us and Toyota, you know, Jackie Chan's got the one team up there obviously in second, but then they also finished last with their other team. Rebellion Racing way at the bottom. Nobody else even matters. So with Muller really struggling this weekend, you know, I'm thinking definitely our number one car is not going to be our number one car. We'll keep him off the track obviously as much as we can, but Negrao is not as good. And so I'm thinking our number two car up there, Castelli, Ludwig, and Briscoe, our best shot at it. And any type of win over Toyota is what I'm looking for here. Beating them at all. Lucas Ludwig is so boring, bad for the sport. You know what, to heck with you, Yannick Rousseau. Pulled out a seriously hot lap there. The race is on tomorrow, indeed. And so, yeah. Negrao and Muller are set to resume hostilities. No, that's not exactly how it happened at all. And by the way, our choice of tires ended up being the only choice. Softs can't make the distance, and mediums can make plenty of distance, so hards would be superfluous and wasting speed. So yeah, 30 to 31, it's staying dry. There was a small chance of rain. No sign of it yet the entire weekend. So naturally we will hit our race trim and our medium tires and get set for this wonderful fun time. Now the track is running a little bit over a minute and a half. It's about a minute 35. Again, we're going to keep Muller off the track as much as possible. I think we'll start with Negrao. Well, no, let's start with Vantour. Could go either way, but Vantour is obviously the very low fired up part, but he's got a little bit better form. So we'll start with him. And then fuel. But we're going to want to switch to those mediums. So we definitely won't need 50 laps worth of fuel. Continuing the tradition of going after it pretty aggressively, we're going to go with 30 laps each. And let's see, who's going to get the start here? It really looks like it's Ludwig. So driving the best. We'll be relying also on Briscoe and get a set out of Castelli, looks like. And you know, the form for our drivers, not too exciting here. So that could be a bit of an issue. Drop that down to 30. And away we go. Yeah, look at Jackie Chan. Wow, look at that form compared to ours. 4 across the board. That's ugly. Then we've got Van Hoor looking good, switching places with the ground. Actually, should have gone with him. So, yeah. I mean, what about Toyota's teams, though? Let's take a look at them. Okay, that's not that great. It's a little bit better than ours, but not super. Their second team is better. So yeah, definitely, again, any win against Toyota, I feel like our driving form is letting us down a bit right now. But we'll see if that improves at all later. Let's follow along with Ludwig right behind the pace car. And we'll see if he stays up there. With all the other drivers going on the soft tires, unlikely. But I do think that gives us an advantage later on. And as I say that, Ludwig out to the lead. Yeah, but in these kind of temperatures, even the mediums are going to heat up pretty quick, but definitely the others would. Oh, for Pete's sake. We get a drive-through penalty right away. Yuck. Well, yeah, now he finally loses the thread there. Is Van Hoor really in last before he goes into the drive-through penalty? Okay, they didn't even give it to him. They flagged him for it, didn't give it to him. That has been happening a lot more. I don't know if that's with the mod or the game itself. I almost think it might be something with the mod. I'm only saying that because it's been happening more and more as the career goes on. But, I mean, it could just easily be the game, I suppose. Regardless, not a lot of fun there. So Ludwig holding in second, but Van Hoor a lot of work to do. Battling now, dropping to third, and possibly further is Ludwig. He'll get his fired up thing later, though, and of course we're banking on the tires. On the other hand, Van Hoor's actually driving better. Ludwig, unimpressive. But we're just winning it based on our vehicle, I think, at this point. Okay. Picks up one spot. 25 seconds off the lead, so you've got a lot more work to do than that. And we might as well slow this down and go conserve for a bit. I think we're going to be bobbing back and forth. And we're wanting to generally keep the temperature high, but we don't have to worry about the tires lasting long enough. We're going to have to run them conserve for a while in order to not just blatantly overheat them. Temperature does seem to be going down faster than it went up, so at least that's encouraging. Well, I say that, it's not going down as fast anymore, probably. Van Hoor battling there towards the back of the pack. Ludwig in third. Yeah, temperature's not dropping much more, which is strange. It was dropping faster than that at first. We had a couple cars already come into pit, so I won't take a look at the standings till the next stint here. No point. I also want to keep a sharp eye on our parts at all the changeovers, because I don't want it. Don't do that. I do not want to run low on reliability, and we're not high enough on that I feel I can be super confident in it. Van Hoor still last among cars who have not yet pit. going to go neutral again here. And then see how much we can stretch out of it again when the tires heat back up. Nothing but good weather on the horizon. Almost everybody in within the first 50 minutes. Still over 50% in the tires. As we approach the 1 hour mark, Ludwig in first and Van Hoer third. There are only 3 still on their first stanza. Okay, I think we're going to want to stay on hybrid now the rest of the way. Van Hoer will be first in. Whoops. Okay, let's slow down. Okay, he'll finish this lap at about 1:11, so that'll be about a minute early, and then Ludwig come in about 30 seconds late. I don't really think I can improve on that. Definitely go to Negrau next. And I think our fuel-wise, I'm going to want to keep it about the same, and that'll allow us to gain some more charge. Plus, Negrau is going to use a little bit more. So we'll go with 30 for both of them. Oh, let's recheck that part condition. Everything's looking really strong. Stick with balanced 15%. And Ludwig will get one more shot at this. And we'll go ahead and send you neutral for this final lap. And you're going to be down a little bit lower. Definitely go Briscoe, which would be my preference anyway. I'm going to stick with 30 there as well. We may not boost the charge up as much as I'd like, but that's okay. Then your parts. Looking very strong as well. I don't feel, at least yet, that we're going to have any problems making the distance. And will our pit crew do as well as last time? Well, they did it first. First stop went very well. How far does car number 2, our hope for winning this race, fall? I can say car number 1 is up a lot better than we would have expected based on the way it began. Okay, we're out in second maybe? Yeah. Second and fifth. For the race, we're pretty much even with Jackie Chan for winning it. Toyota close third. All of that would be fine. So this race is starting out better than the others have. We have no reason not to be optimistic. And let's get through the Grau's lovely time of burning. We are going to have to go a little bit slower here because we're going to have to conserve more in these stints. Boy, you really can't decide what you want to do with your fuel there, can you, Andre? Ooh, that's not good. A loose wheel nut for bicollars. I've seen that movie before, and it's not fun. Okay. Now you're out. Go medium and conserve. And you too, Briscoe. Your tires have actually gotten a little bit warm. Put them both on that for the time being, and synchronize. Energy. Pretty darn close. So Briscoe in second, way behind. Oh, they haven't even pit yet. Never mind, we're doing better than we thought, because they haven't come in for that first stop. When they do, I think Briscoe takes the lead. There they come. We do. Alright, we're first and fourth. Yeah, now we've got a strong grip on the race. Toyota in second. Jackie Chan G-Drive behind that. Okay. That would be an excellent result. So really right now, I want to spend 4.5 hours maintaining what we've already got. If we can move up more with second car, or first car rather, second position car for us, that would be great. Looks somewhat likely, but if not, I'm okay with that. Because right now Negrao is less than 10 seconds behind second place. We had much better strategy at the beginning of the race, which I would imagine should continue to pay dividends down the road. And of course we're driving pretty solid right now. 6-1, 5-4, 5-5 for Briscoe. Not spectacularly, but definitely more than enough to get the job done. Looks like Briscoe's lead extending, and he hasn't even gotten to his fired up zone yet. Also been conserving the tires for quite a while also. 31 degrees. So we're going to have to do quite a bit of that. But right now, Tondela's looking like a walk in the park for us. After the first third of the race, so much more left. And this is probably a reasonable time to boost those temps again. equalize in that department. Whoops. Okay. Getting a little low there on the energy. Still several laps of fuel for both cars. Briscoe's lead now up to half an hour, or half a minute, excuse me. And on the other hand, we've got a bunch of cars that have pit for a second time, of course, so. At least for the moment, though, we're running 1 and 2. That would be a great, obviously, finish. The best that we could possibly do. I think we got a decent shot at it, too. Alright, only a few minutes left for Negrao. Let's not take any chances. I think we might have conserved the tires for too long, actually. Briscoe now out of the fired up zone. Go just a bit more here and then we'll switch back to hybrid. Now Negrao. Yeah, one more lap for Negrao. This will be his last one. I'm going to want to switch to Muller for a slightly extended run because I want to make sure it's his only one. And that we did improve the battery some, so I think we want to drop back a bit on the fuel now to about 28. In this case, we'll give him that 28 and change so that he can make sure he can stay out there long enough. I want to give him like an extra lap or whatever. No part problems. We don't have a big enough lead. Well, I wonder. I think I want to stick with balance, but if we get another good stint in, then I might just go safe across the board. Waiting for that 2-lap mark. There it is. We'll go hybrid now with Briscoe. And this will be your last lap. Switching to, well, we could go back to Ludwig, but we're not going to. We're going to go to Kes Thelye for an extended tour. So again, slightly extended. I think, again, the 28 plus is reasonable. And balanced. Then we're going to check our margins, because if we're doing... Definitely may want to go to safe pit stops the rest of the way. Another good stop there. That's very helpful. Well, Ryan Briscoe, you certainly did your job. Time for the veteran, at least in terms of our team. Vivian Kes Thelye. So far, so good. Okay, so we're about 20 seconds up on the rest of the field. Yeah, I think we're going to safe pit stops from here on out. Unless something happens where we get closer. I still want to see what happens when they pit. But it looks to me like a clean sweep. Unless something really dumb happens, and I'd like to make sure that it doesn't. And we're getting pretty warm. Let's flip to conserve. And Castelli driving well, but obviously Muller, yeah, we're just going to eat his performance. He's going to be fired up for a while here, which will keep things solid. But after that, he's probably going to have a good solid hour of just yuck. Temperature, still 31. It's going to come down more later. We did conserve too much last time. I want to make sure I don't make that mistake again. Get the most we can out of these tires. But really, at this point, we're just sort of... The race is kind of going to race itself. Muller is actually gradually gaining ground. He's 17 seconds or so up, so not a huge gap. And they pit. There we go. 45 points, the maximum possible, doubling up Toyota in second place. And again, we can't ask for any more than that. That would be a 40-point lead after 3 races. That's a very strong position. It's not runaway. It's, you know, just under a third of the way through the year, so we're not talking about getting close to having anything locked up. But it's definitely a great position to be in, particularly against a team with superior cars, superior drivers. And yeah, let's flip back to neutral. Not overcook this time. Used almost half of the fuel. And about halfway through the stint. Feel like, if anything, we took too much fuel on this run, which just means a shorter pit stop next time. Also does mean a little bit of lost speed, but we get over it. And there's, you know, there are teams reasonably close to Muller. Not sure. I may want to go with a balanced pit stop, car number 1 next time. Definitely want to go safe, though, on the lead. It's debatable what I want to do here. Let's see what that margin is. Yeah, we're holding the margin. I think it's enough. I think it's enough for to go safe. Because we lose 4 seconds to stop, so that's 8 seconds. We'd still have over 10 seconds there. I think it's the right move to go safe. All right, let's go conserve a bit more. Maybe drop down to the midline. And we're now well past the halfway point here in Tondela, which is, again, it's turning into the romp that I hoped this season would be and could well end up being overall. Certainly Toyota is not liking things right now the way they liked the second half of last year. And back up to neutral. About 15 minutes until all 3 drivers will have completed a stint. And they weren't lying about Muller's form. It's nothing if not consistent. It's 1.0 now, and wasn't just that way during the race, by the way. That's where it was sitting at qualifying, where he sat it out. And during practice, where we got him on the track for that anyway. Of course, Muller, our overall top star of either team. And no small part that's due to his excellent feedback. So still very valuable for practice. It's also really nice to get a bad event like that out of the way and not, apparently, pay much of a price for it during the race. I think we can keep pushing this tire temperature up because we're getting close enough. Will be Muller first. Couple more laps or thereabouts. Under 2.5 hours to go. Yeah, that lead is really extended. Although I don't know if that was the same team. Regardless, we're going to stick with the plan. We're going to go safe. Oh, fuel getting a bit low, but I think I caught it in time. So probably was about the right amount of fuel. Or maybe not even quite enough. I think I'm going to go back up one lap to 20. Go for 29 on the next stint. So yeah, Muller's going to come in this time. And Negrão of the other two definitely looking the best at the moment. Let's take a look at the part condition in a bit. Yeah, go up to, definitely since you're going to be in the car, go up to 29. No concerns at all. And go to safe. And then the gap between the cars, it's only 20-some seconds. Yeah, we should have enough. I'm making sure that we can get Castelli's pit stop in without a problem, but there should be enough of a gap here to make that happen. So she crosses the line and she will give way. It's looking like Briscoe is the stronger at the moment. "29 laps for you." All right. Pit crew, I'm giving you that extra time to be careful, so just don't do anything stupid. It shouldn't be a problem with that low level of risk rate. Negrão is in and back out again. Third position. No problems as of yet. I think also for that final stint, I'm not really going to cut back on the fuel either, even if it looks like I can, just because why take the risk? Why take the risk of a miscalculation? At the moment, we just want to churn through these final 2 hours. Once again, we've established the top 2 positions, and third place hasn't even pit yet. Yeah, there's just big gaps between us and the field. Oh. Thankfully, that doesn't matter a whole lot. Let's match this up, though. Somewhere around there. All right. Medium conserve. For both. And away we go. Half a minute lead over the car that still has to pit. So the only question is, how do the others fall in line behind us? Because it's looking like an absolutely perfect 45-point weekend for Alpine Matmut. That'll be enough for now. Back to neutral. No significant change at all. Oh boy. Winkelhock retired with mechanical issues with almost 2 hours to go. That's big. And I think they're... Get back here. Who are you? Duh. Yeah, okay, that's Jackie Chan. So they're not going to take anything away from Toyota, but also any remote chance they had of being a significant threat in this season clearly went away. Definitely shot all of their possibilities last year. Lauder leaving them was just sort of the beginning of the end. Okay, yeah, I let you go too low. So go ahead and pick it up a bit, McGraw. You're still only 20 seconds off the lead. And we'll back off a bit for Briscoe. Yeah, and that lead is just becoming massive now. And back to neutral. Only probably a bit late on that, honestly. About 10 minutes left in this stint. Alright, let's make sure we get Negrao out of this car soon enough. Looks like finishing this lap and one more. Yep. Have to make sure we get him out of the car this lap, but we will. Van Hoer, you're going to take over. I'm going to put 28 laps in both cars. Again, more than we will need. Safe pit stop. And Briscoe will do the same thing here. You haven't driven spectacularly this weekend, but you've still done well. Ooh, Castelli up, but it's a little late for that. We're going to put in Ludwig. Parts are still good enough. Gearbox starting to wear, but nothing that we're going to cry about. Let's go hybrid. Van Hoer is out. Ludwig not looking quite as good as I thought, but still quality. Okie dokie. And we're synchronized. Just over an hour left. It's hard to imagine anything derailing the train now. It would have to be something absolutely terrible. To use up that fuel. And let's take a nice long run at conserving our tires as well, as we are under the hour mark. Lead now almost a minute and a half. Running away with it here in Tondela. If no one else comes in again, which they shouldn't. There it is. So Toyota definitely seizing second place. Like, they didn't fold. But we are still going to be good enough to extend our lead significantly. I think I'll boost the tires now. Coming up pretty soon on that half-hour mark. Not a chance of it, Lawrence. I know you want to win again, but you're going to be coming in second today. Ooh, pit and repair. So the others continuing to jockey for position here, as due to them running softs early in the race, they had to take an extra pit stop. The new positions have Toyota with the same amount of points. So, unless there's more coming in, that didn't change much. Just changed things lower down in the totem pole, which we don't care about. I would say after this race, we'll have to look at the standings again at the end to be sure, but I don't think anybody but Toyota is even going to be relevant. "15 minutes. That's our first part warning. And it comes just before the 10-minute mark. Yep, it's the nose and the gearbox. But they're not going to be able to... Yeah, and they're looking even better on car number 1, but they're not going to be able to have any issues. And we're getting a little bit ridiculous on our tire temps. Might as well conserve again there. There's no point in taking any risk whatsoever. 4 minutes left. We've lost a little bit of our lead, maybe less than 10 seconds, maybe 5-6 seconds. The distance is so far that it's irrelevant at this point. And let's just be super careful and go hybrid the rest of the way. It's official. Clean sweep. That's what I'm talking about. Okay, they flagged us for a drive-through penalty, which we did not at all take. But whatever. And Toyota on the same lap with us, they say. Now our top two teams are on the ascendancy in the driver championship. And in the team title, 38-point lead, yeah, 68 points ahead of Rebellion, 78 ahead of Jackie Chan, and of course G-Drive and United Autosports way down there. We've got more than twice as much as Rebellion or Jackie Chan after 3 races. It's just hard to see anybody but Toyota mounting a challenge. We can't consider ourselves safe from them just yet, though. And they're making fun of United Autosports, but lots of people celebrating us. Negrau appearing to be the star of car number 1. I don't know why they give Muller a 3.6 when he was at a flat 1.0. That's just dumb. 5.3 though for Venthoor, his worst race of the year as well. Castelli, the best of the group for car number 2, and solid from the other 2 drivers. More money. Making up for some of those parts we bought. Financial situation continuing to look very strong. And yeah, so going forward, I think it's really going to be about, can we continue accelerating away from Toyota as we go into the middle of the season? Munich should be another good race for our gearbox, but then who knows what happens after that? Or are they going to be able to come back and mount a challenge? The middle of the season is usually the toughest part, so we'll see if that is the case. We'll find that out in the next couple races. Till we get to Germany, thanks for watching, everybody. More Motorsport Manager will continue.